Hi, I'm Crystal, and this is Keep Growing Plants. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back. This week I'm sharing the process of decorating my Norfolk Island Pine and sharing care tips about her. I've had her for a very long time, so I have a lot to share, and I hope this will be helpful for all of you, and I hope you enjoy it. If you have ever dreamed of having a Christmas tree that you keep all year round and is living and grows old with you and your family, this is the tree for you. I am really excited to share my literal child with you today. I love her so much. It's a bit ridiculous. I've had her for 9 years and I can't imagine living without this tree. I'm I'm just in love with her. She is easy to take care of. She's beautiful. She makes every Christmas more beautiful than the last. And she really brings a forest vibe into the home. I'm so grateful to have her. If you're curious about how to take care of Norfolk Island pines, stick around because I'm going to share my 9 years of experience with you. And for this video, I'm going to try a unique kind of style. At first, I was thinking about doing like a talking head style, and then I wanted to do Christmas decorating with the tree that we're talking about. And I was thinking about how to edit those together. And then in the end, I decided it'd be cool if they overlapped. So visually, you're going to see me decorating, and in the audio, you're going to hear me speaking about her. So I hope you enjoy that style. Let me know. Anyway, let's get to the point. I know that a lot of people are interested in the idea of having one of these gorgeous trees in their home all year round and watching it grow and living with it, having it be almost part of your family. And I can attest from my experience that it is really, really a beautiful, beautiful thing to do. A lot of people buy them at Christmas really small and then they throw them out at the end of the season. And honestly, to me, this is so sad because these grow into such stunning houseplants. They really bring a feeling of the forest into your home. If you're a person who loves walking through the forest and you love evergreen trees, like the vibe that this brings is just it's perfection. I love her to the point where honestly, and this is a big thing to say. This is a big deal. If I had to choose one of my houseplants out of all over 100, I think I'm around 118. If I had to choose just one to keep and I had to let go of the rest, obviously that would be a bizarre scenario. But if I was forced to do that, I'm pretty sure I would pick her. And part of that is because of the emotional connection that you develop after so long growing a plant from so small to be so big. You really develop an emotional connection with them. At least I do. And on top of that, there's this other layer with her in particular, because I have other plants that I've had for a really long time and grew from a really small plant, which I also love and I'm super attached to. But she goes just slightly a notch above them in my priority list because there's another layer, because she is our Christmas tree every year. You know, she's not just one of my houseplants. She's also this really important centerpiece at a really important moment in the year every year with myself, my husband, and any family and friends that come to visit. I have people in my life who have told me that they look forward to seeing her every year. Even friends who live far away. One of my friends, she lives in England, and she commented last Christmas on a post that I made on Facebook. And she said that every year she's excited to see how much bigger this tree has gotten and to see the joy of how much I enjoy having her again be our Christmas tree. So yeah, I think it's really a special treat having her in my life. And I think that other people see that and it inspires others she's very appreciated. She is very loved. Yeah, so if you are considering bringing a Norfolk Island pine into your home, I highly recommend it. I cannot recommend it enough. And as far as care goes, honestly, it's not even a difficult plant to keep. I'm not going to say that it's like completely no work at all to keep this plant, but it's really one of my easiest. I give her a good amount of light, but I try to take care not to put her too close to grow lamps and not in too much direct sun when I used to put her outside in the summers. They do like burn if they get too much, but they are light loving plants. So you kind of have to test out a little bit and pay attention and tweak the amount of light you're giving them until you find just the right amount. For example, when I used to keep her outside in the summers, I discovered the first summer that she got burnt and I found a shady spot. And so from then on, I put her outside, but only in shady spots. So it was indirect light. And inside, one time when I got her a really strong grow lamp and it was like hanging, and I purposely hung it to be really close to her because I wanted her to have a lot of light, but it was too close. When she grew extra branches and got even closer, suddenly she started burning. So be careful with that. As for fertilizer, I give her the exact same fertilizer that I give all of my houseplants. Maybe there is like a perfect fertilizer for Norfolk Island pines, but in my experience, regular fertilizers do the job just fine. Humidity, I think they come from a tropical region. I believe it's an island called Norfolk Island. I might be wrong about that, but I think so. And I think it's near New Zealand and Australia. And so it's a tropical tree. So they do like humidity, but I find also she's fine in a standard house humidity. When I moved from an apartment that was super humid to this house, which is much drier, sometimes in the winter it gets down to like 30s. I At first I thought that that was causing her stress. She did have a bit of difficulty at that time, but it took me a little while to figure out that it wasn't actually the humidity, because I did resolve the problem without adding extra humidity. The problem was just that because of the change in humidity, the watering needs changed. So her pot was drying out way faster than I was used to. And I was watering her on the rhythm of a pot that was staying wet for like a month. In my old apartment, I only had to water her about once a month, maybe 3 weeks. You know, it was really infrequent because it's a really big pot and the air was really humid. But here it dries out really fast and I have to water her almost every week, maybe every 2 weeks. But I check every week just to be sure. And once I figured that out, she came back to good health, thankfully. And just to let you know that the signs that she was declining was the fact that she dropped like bottom leaves, not leaves, sorry, branches. She dropped whole branches. Like she started dropping a few little needles here and there, and then entire branches died. And I didn't know what was going on. I was panicking. I was like, is it the light? Is it the humidity? What is it? But yeah, and she just kept dropping branch after branch, and she doesn't have that many, and they will never come back. If you lose a branch on these trees, that's it. You're not going to get new branches growing in down there, at least as far as I know. If you know differently and you know how to make that happen, please, in the comments, share, because I would love to be able to regrow the branches at the base. It started with the very bottom branches and then slowly it went up the trunk. So like every few weeks, another branch a little bit higher up would just completely turn brown and drop off. And it went up and up and up until I lost quite a lot of her branches, and I was very stressed. But thankfully she recovered. All of these branches are really, really perky. That's another thing I should mention. When you're paying attention for watering, you can notice that the little tips will start to droop more than usual. It's a bit of a droopy type of plant in general. It has a droopy look, a droopy style. Other than the new branches, like all the mature branches, like a slope to them. But with that slope, you'll still notice that the tips of each little, I don't know what to call these, like collection of needles, the tips will be kind of like floop, floop, floop. They kind of flip up a little bit, just a little. And when it is thirsty, they're a little less floopy. It's the only word I can think of to describe it. Flippy? They point down. Anyway, yeah, that's a little tip for noticing when they need to be watered. Ideally, you don't want to let it get to that point. You want to be checking the substrate and make sure it doesn't stay too dry for too long in between waterings. What else can I say? We talked about water, we talked about light, we talked about fertilizer. I think that's it. It's honestly all around a pretty easy plant. I mean, I wouldn't have had her for 9 years if she was difficult. Oh, and tips for when you decorate her, if you do decide to decorate her. Personally, I like to keep the decoration very light and minimal. And the reason for that is it is a living tree, right? So I don't want to put too much weight on her branches. And it's already like a style that's a bit droopy, like I talked about. And so I don't want to like weigh them down too much and have them get kind of stuck that way. Maybe it wouldn't happen, but I'm a little bit nervous that if I put too much pressure on them, I'm just afraid that they will weigh her down and stress her and potentially make her look unwell permanently. So I try to keep it light. And I also don't like to let it be for too long. Some people like to decorate their tree super early and leave it up super late. Like, that's really okay to do. Like, I get it. Christmas spirit's fun. Enjoy it. But maybe it wouldn't be ideal for this kind of tree because I'm afraid that it would maybe be too much pressure for too long. But that's just my opinion. Let me know in the comments if you have one and if you decorate her and if you leave her decorated for a long time. Let me know your experiences in general with Norfolk Island pines. Do you find them easy? Do you find that they need like a lot of attention? Do you decorate them heavily and do they recover after? I have so many questions for fellow Norfolk Island pine keepers. Share all of your Norfolk Island pine stuff in the comments, please. I would really love to hear from you. And also, if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'm here to help. I love to answer questions. And yeah, I think that's it. We'll leave it there. And if you made it to the end, don't forget to let me know in the comments with a Christmas tree emoji. Pretty obvious this week, eh? Don't forget to like the video if you did enjoy it and subscribe if you haven't done so already. All of those lovely things give this channel so much support and really help me grow the channel and help me feel motivated to keep producing more content for you all. So yeah, as a new YouTuber, I really appreciate it. I know I've said this before, but I can't emphasize enough how much I appreciate all of you and the support that you give me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I wish you all a beautiful holiday, whether you celebrate Christmas or not, whatever you like to celebrate. I wish love and joy to all of you. Keep growing, everybody. See you in the next one. Bye.